In this video, we are going to show you the 5 typical foods you must try in Dublin, where they come from, where to eat the best versions, and how much each one costs. Irish cuisine is honest, comforting, and full of soul, made to warm the body on the cold and rainy days of the island, with simple ingredients like lamb, potato, sausage, bacon, and the inseparable Guinness beer. Eating in Dublin is a pub experience, with a lit fireplace, live music, and people talking loudly. And the best part, it is hearty and comforting. We have tried everything over there, in the century-old pubs and in the neighborhood kitchens, and we are going to tell you exactly what to order so you do not go wrong. At the end, we are also going to give tips on the best food neighborhoods and 3 practical tips that will greatly improve your experience. Let us go. Our first food is the Irish stew, perhaps the most traditional dish in all of Ireland. It is a slow and careful stew made with tender lamb, potato, onion, carrot, and herbs, all cooking together until the meat falls apart in your mouth and the broth becomes rich and full of flavor. Its origin comes from the Irish countryside, from the humble families who used the lamb and the seasonal vegetables in a single dish that fed the whole house. We always recommend eating the Irish stew at a traditional neighborhood pub, one of those with dark wood and a fireplace, where the recipe passes from generation to generation. The price is between $15 and $20 for a generous portion, on a cold and rainy day in Dublin, and there are many. This dish is pure warm comfort. The second food is the full Irish breakfast, an institution in the country. It is a giant and powerful plate with bacon, eggs, sausage, beans, grilled tomato, mushrooms, toast, and the 2 big highlights, the black pudding and the white pudding, which are typical sausages made with grains and seasonings. This hearty breakfast was born from the need of rural workers and laborers to face long days, and to this day, it is the Irish favorite way to start the weekend. We recommend trying it at a traditional cafe in the morning, with no rush, washed down with a pot of strong Irish tea. The price is between $12 and $18. We confess we ate this breakfast and did not even need lunch afterward. That is how hearty it is. The third is the fish and chips, the battered fish with fries that Ireland shares with its neighbor England, but makes with great pride of its own. It is a fresh white fish fillet, usually cod or haddock, wrapped in a crispy and lightly golden batter, served with thick fries and a slice of lemon. The tradition arrived with immigrants and became a beloved street food across the whole country, especially in the seaside towns. We always recommend eating at an old-style neighborhood fish shop, wrapped in paper and eaten right there on the sidewalk. The price is between $10 and $15 for a well-served portion. When the fish is fresh and the batter is truly crispy, it is one of the things we enjoyed the most. The fourth food is the Dublin caudle, and this is the true jewel of the capital, a dish that is the face of Dublin. It is a rustic stew made with slices of sausage, bacon, potato, and onion, all cooked slowly in a mild broth until tender and comforting. The name caudle comes precisely from the gentle way of cooking over low heat. The story says it was the dish that wives left on the stove for husbands coming home late from the pubs, easy to keep warm and serve at any hour. It is true Dublin soul food, the kind you will not find in a tourist brochure. We recommend looking for a more traditional and local pub that still serves the real caudle. The price is between $12 and $16. It is simple, but it has a beautiful story behind every spoonful. The fifth is the beef and Guinness stew, one of the most flavorful dishes of Irish cuisine. It is generous cubes of beef cooked slowly in the Guinness beer itself, along with onion, carrot, and herbs, until the meat becomes incredibly tender and the dark sauce gains that deep and slightly bitter flavor of the beer. The combination of the meat with the most famous dark beer in the world is a delicious tribute to the drink that symbolizes Dublin. We always recommend eating at a pub that serves Guinness on tap, to pair the dish with a pint of the same beer. The price is between $18 and $24. When well made, it is one of the most memorable dinners we have had in Ireland, and you cannot talk about Irish food without mentioning the drinks and the extras. The big star is the Guinness, the creamy dark beer served on tap, and visiting the Guinness storehouse to have a perfect pint at the panoramic bar at the top, with the whole city at your feet, is almost a mandatory ritual. Also try the Irish coffee, that brilliant combination of hot coffee, whiskey, sugar, and cream on top, perfect for warming up. For bread, do not miss the soda bread, the whole wheat bread made without yeast that accompanies almost everything over there. Dense, slightly sweet, and delicious with butter. And it is worth trying the boxty, a soft potato pancake that can come stuffed. For those who enjoy a spirit, Irish whiskey, like the Jameson, is smoother and has a centuries-old tradition. These are experiences that complete any meal over there. Speaking of food and that urge to try everything, in the video description and here in the QR code, we are going to leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the biggest tour site in the world, and it has practically everything there, including guided food tours through the pubs and markets of Dublin. Everything for the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to put together your entire trip for the lowest price. The sites we use to plan our trips, and that have everything much cheaper: travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets for all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed in, cheap car rental, and the global account. And the links already contain automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Now, about where to eat. Some neighborhoods stand out. Temple Bar is the most famous, with historic pubs and live music, but know that it is touristy and much more expensive. The area around Grafton Street has great pubs and restaurants just a few steps from everything. The Stony Batter neighborhood has become a trendy food hub, full of modern cafes and bistros frequented by Dubliners themselves. And for the freshest seafood, it is worth taking the train to the seaside village of Howth, where the restaurants serve the fish that arrive the same day. And if you want to see where real Dubliners buy their food, do not miss the George Street Arcade, a beautiful Victorian-covered market full of food stalls, cheeses, sweets, and local products. Another mandatory stop is the traditional Moore Street Market, with its lively vendors selling fruits, vegetables, and flowers for generations, with that strong Dublin accent and that friendly shouting that bring the place to life. These are cultural experiences in themselves, completely free, and a feast for those who love to photograph and feel the real rhythm of the city. And since we are talking about neighborhoods full of pubs and restaurants, here is the golden tip about where to stay. We created this personalized map, which explains exactly which is the best area to stay close to everything. By staying in this area, you cannot go wrong. You leave the hotel, and you are already surrounded by the best pubs and kitchens in the city. And in the video description and here in the QR code, we are going to leave the link to the page with this map, and with the hotels we have stayed in and highly recommend, including a hotel right near Grafton Street where we stayed for an incredible price. Super well located, just a few steps from the best food options in the city. We saved a lot with that choice. To wrap up, 3 practical tips that make all the difference. First, about tipping. In Ireland, tipping is not mandatory, but it is well regarded to leave 10 to 12% at restaurants with table service if you liked the service. At pubs where you order at the bar, no tip is expected. Second, have lunch at the pubs instead of dinner, because the midday plate is usually much cheaper and equally hearty. Third, at the busiest pubs and restaurants, especially on weekend nights with live music, it is worth booking a table in advance because they fill up fast. And for those who are new here on the channel, a very warm welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here to the channel and like the video, which helps us a lot. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.